This is my sociology project for Module 2, answering the question, all of a sudden, I found myself thinking sociologically when, ... I saw a woman get the wrong order at Chili's. Now, the expected chain of events for this would be the woman sits down, the waitress comes over, asks what they would like to drink, brings out the drink, gives them whatever time they need to get their order correct, and the waitress takes the order, takes that back to the kitchen staff makes the food, prepares it, brings it back out, the waitress brings it to the table, the customer eats, the customer pays, and the customer leaves. Now, in my specific circumstance, this was happening at a Chili's, and this woman had decided to seat herself. Now, the customer sat down. They were asked politely yet firmly by the waitress to move to another table so that the table could be open, because the table she had sat at was very clearly not made for one person. So the customer, having their sense of entitlement bruised, doesn't want to seem like a problem, so they move. The waitress attempts to take the drink order, but the customer, already annoyed by the previous action, so she says in a very harsh tone, "Sweet tea, no ice." The waitress writes it down and brings out a sweet tea with a lemon, but no ice. The customer sees this, and she sees that she didn't get exactly what she wanted, or what she expected, and takes this opportunity to put the waitress in an uncomfortable position to make herself feel better, aka making her seem like she's bad at her job. The waitress apologizes and gets a new glass of sweet tea, no ice, no lemon. The waitress asks if she's ready to order. The woman puts her phone down, not once during this entire thing. I'm guessing she's either writing a Yelp review or complaining about her problems on Twitter. The woman has no idea what she wants and hasn't looked at the menu, so instead of admitting it, she screams very loudly at this waitress for bugging her. The waitress walks back to the survey area. About 5-10 minutes go by. The waitress, having seen her pick up, read the menu, put it back down, goes over to see if she's ready. The woman orders, the waiter writes it down, they put in the order, and shortly after, all hell breaks loose. And the woman ends up being escorted out of the restaurant for screaming, pretty much. Now, what I believe I saw in this interaction was entitlement building up over these perceived things, and through several interactions, due to being put in a position of less power by someone who you as the woman would perceive as beneath you, the waitress. Now, this woman was quite wealthy, by the way. So in an attempt to gain back that power, this woman creates a scene, unneeded tension, and of course she can't back down from any of it. Any server who has worked in the food industry long enough understands that they will get an order wrong now and again. And she probably got it wrong because she was so frustrated by this woman. Or even just... what's the word? Anyway, this woman had no other choice to freak out than, for no other reason, about a very small problem of her order getting wrong because of her pride. Now, her pride took over her rationality. She is probably smart enough to understand that throwing fits isn't how you get your way. Due to her attempts to put herself back on the perceived pedestal from a very minor blow, aka getting moved tables, she was already worked up and thinking of what could go wrong, or what she could receive some sort of validation from knowing that the waitress was just a screw up and she had a perfect record, even if she had a perfect record before. If I think about what sociological thinking means, I see it as a breaking of precedents, making and breaking of precedents set by ourselves. These social precedents are set on others by their clothes, vehicle, hygiene, even skin tone. It is understanding how and why we set these precedents and how other people set these precedents that allow for sociological thinking. Thank you.